Hi, welcome to the Grace and Riley Show, where we only have one episode about a dumbed-down version of the importance of being earnest.
Made by dummies, for dummies.
And this is it. Right, let's talk about some background.
Victorian era is the time in which Queen Elizabeth was in reign. During this time, people were very sophisticated and appearance was especially emphasized. People of high society, like our characters, got to live in much fancier homes and especially emphasized the importance of morality, looks, and manners.
But Wilde wanted to make fun of their values on honesty and manners. This is shown throughout the text as characters treat each other in rude ways, thinking they are being polite.
Ya thought!
The lack of honesty is shown through the entirety of the text as characters wear masks by living out dual identities and lying to other characters about certain situations and who they really are.
In regards to marriage, during the Victorian era, it was seen more as a financial arrangement. During this time, daughters would attempt to marry into rich families and the husbands would have to pay. Because of this, readers see a certain character playing this role. She is like a hawk over her daughter to make sure she marries well, ensuring that they will have money and a reputation.
Story time.
The importance of being earnest is set in 1890s London, inside the home of a character named Algernon in Act 1, and in the countryside of London, at Cicely's home in Act 2. The change in settings are important because main characters change their identities to fit their surroundings.
This is John Worthing, also known as Jack.
Okay.
And also known as Ernest. I know, it gets confusing. He is the main character of this particular story and is Ernest in the city, but calls himself Jack while in the country. He is the main character we will see pretend to be someone who he is not.
This is Algernon, but we like to call him Algy for short. Algy is a hedonist who really likes cucumber sandwiches. He is also a character who lies about who he is, calling himself a bunburyist, based on the name of his alter ego.
This is Gwendolyn. We call her Gwenny. She is Jack's love interest and Algy's cousin. She cares a lot about style and appearances, obviously, and dumbly believes that Jack's real name is Ernest, since she is infatuated with the name. She is serious yet trivial at the same time.
This is Lady Bracknell. She is Algy's aunt and Gwenny's mom. She is the character mentioned before that follows her daughter around like a hawk in hopes of finding a rich family to marry into and maintaining reputation. She is your average shallow Victorian woman.
This is Cicely. She is Jack's ward and Algy's love interest. Cicely, similar to Gwenny, is obsessed with the name Ernest and cares about her appearances. Obviously. Unlike Gwenny's family, she lives in the countryside of London.
This is Miss Prism. She looks after Cicely and her studies. She's also your local idiot, which we'll discuss more later on. The major themes to listen for throughout the major events are mask-wearing people, also known as bun-burying, marriage as a social tool, hypocrisy of society, and being trivial about serious situations and serious about trivial situations. We will explain these themes in a more thorough manner later.
The scene starts in Algy's house and Jack has just come in. Algy eats all the cucumber sandwiches after telling Jack that he can't have any because he specially ordered them for his aunt, showing the theme of hypocrisy in society.
I apologize for nothing.
Algy tells Jack that he is similar to him and that he is also a bunburist.
What?
This is revealed through Jack's description of his different attitudes when in different locations, also revealing the importance of setting.
Then Jack proposes to Gwenny when she arrives, who thinks his name is Ernest. So she says yes, but Lady Bracknell rejects the marriage because he is a nobody with no money. Bracknell's actions reveal the theme of using marriage as a social tool. Rather than caring about who Jack is, she cares about her reputation.
Algie finds out Jack has a ward, Cicely, finds her address, and pretends his name is Ernest to get with her.
Let the games begin.
Jack also hops on the train of lies. He heads to Cicely's, not knowing that Algie is also on his way, and tells Miss Prism that his non-existent brother, Ernest, is dead.
Gwenny and Cicely have a cat fight about who Ernest really is. This cat fight between the ladies shows the theme of being serious about trivial situations, such as someone's name.
Gwenny and Cicely find out which Ernest is which, and reside their differences and tensions with one another.
Jack finally reveals the truth behind his bun burying.
Soon after Jack reveals his truth, Algie joins, spilling that he was also lying.
Soon after revealing his truth, Algie begins to lie again and tells Bracknell that Bunbury is dead. This action shows, again, the hypocrisy of society as Algie makes fun of the honesty being revealed by only adding even more lies.
When Algie proposes to Cicely, Bracknell approves because of Cicely's reputation. Jack, on the other hand, does not approve. Bracknell's reasoning for approving the marriage, again, shows her role in the play to express Victorians' views on marriage.
With all the truth flying around, Miss Prism tells her story of when she had taken a baby in a handbag and a manuscript in a stroller. As said before, she's your local idiot.
After Miss Prism tells her story, Jack presents said handbag, and his fate is sealed.
A discussion over Miss Prism's story makes them all come to the conclusion that Jack was the baby in the bag, and his name really is Ernest. Jack is brought into a good family and comes to learn that he is Algie's brother and is allowed to marry Gwenny. This leads to everyone living happily ever after, hopefully.
Through the use of themes, irony, and satirical writing, Wilde shows readers all that was wrong with society. With the use of comedy, he presents readers with idiotic characters, such as the idiotic people he lived with during the Victorian era. Through the use of bun burying or mask wearing, Wilde shows readers how quickly that lies can become a problem, as the men struggled with getting the women they desired. The title also plays a role here, as it is important to be earnest or honest to have lives easily come together, as it did for Jack at the end.
With the hypocrisy of society, Wilde showed readers how they were acting, although he made his characters much more ridiculous. When showing how certain characters could be trivial about serious situations and serious about trivial situations, Wilde showed the ridiculousness of how Victorian people managed their lives. Overall, the meaning of the play is to remain honest and accept the person you are to gain good karma and placement throughout one's life, rather than to cheat and take shortcuts through it. It also emphasizes the importance of showing society how ridiculous they can be and bring awareness to how they, similar to the characters, look like idiots.